Hey everyone, and welcome back. So today we're going to be diving into something I know a lot of you have been asking about, and it's this whole crypto regulation thing.
Yeah.
We've all seen the headlines about governments maybe stepping in and, kind of setting some rules for the Wild West of crypto, as people call it.
Right.
And, as an investor myself, you know, I got to say, I'm a little curious. I'm a little nervous
Uh-huh.
about what this could all mean, for my own portfolio and stuff.
Yeah, you and everyone else, I think it's definitely top of mind, and I think for good reason, right?
Yeah.
We've seen what can happen when things are unregulated, and we have all those high-profile security breaches and hacks, and that definitely gets government's attention.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of sources,
Mm.
we've been doing a lot of digging into this, and it seems like things are already starting to change in some parts of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, some countries are already putting stricter KYC rules in place.
Oh yeah, KYC, know your customer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So no more anonymous transactions. You'll have to, verify your identity just like you would with a regular bank account.
Yeah, it's all about making things more transparent,
Oh, right.
traceable, accountable.
Yeah.
And it makes sense from their perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, governments are looking for ways to kind of get a handle on this whole crypto thing.
Yeah, and actually some of the sources we've been looking at even mention this idea of governments launching their own digital currencies, like a digital dollar or a euro backed by the government.
Yeah, CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. It's a mouthful, but
Yeah.
basically imagine those existing right alongside Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's kind of wild to think about.
It is one. I mean, that would be a huge change. I mean,
Right.
but I guess the big question is more regulation necessarily a good thing for crypto?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think there are definitely two sides to this argument and, valid points on both sides. You know, on the one hand, I think it's understandable that people want more security in the crypto space.
Yeah.
Fewer scams, fewer hacks,
For sure.
more stability. And, some of the sources we looked at actually suggested that regulation could be the key to bringing in those big institutional investors.
Right.
The ones with deep pockets who have been hesitant to jump in because of all the uncertainty.
Yeah, like the big pension funds and stuff.
Exactly. And if they start investing, that could lead to like mainstream adoption.
Right. I see that. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that could potentially lead to, massive growth for the whole market.
Yeah. But wouldn't all those rules kind of stifle the innovation that makes crypto so unique in the first place?
That's a valid concern for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
one of the core principles of crypto is decentralization, right?
Right.
Freedom from government control.
Yeah.
And some experts worry that too much regulation could push developers away from traditional cryptocurrencies and towards these, decentralized platforms that operate completely outside the reach of regulators.
So we could see like a whole new underground crypto ecosystem emerge.
Potentially, yeah. It's like this constant push and pull between security and freedom.
Right, like a balancing act.
Yeah, and it's tough to say where it's all going to land.
So what's an investor like me supposed to do with all this? I mean,
Well, I think the key is to stay informed.
yeah.
Keep an eye on how regulations are evolving in the regions you're interested in investing in.
Okay.
Understand the potential impacts, both positive and negative on different sectors of the crypto market.
Got it.
And be prepared to adjust your investment strategies as the landscape shifts, because it's definitely going to shift.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And it's funny you mentioned that thing about governments launching their own digital currencies earlier.
Right, CBDCs.
Yeah, it got me thinking. I mean, how would those CBDCs fit into this whole picture, especially if we have stricter regulations on cryptocurrencies?
Oh, that's a great question. And it's something that deserves a whole deep dive on its own.
Yeah,
It's a complex topic with a lot of potential implications,
for sure.
but it's definitely something we'll be exploring more in the future. So make sure you stay tuned.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. But as always, thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
See ya!
Bye.